Good morning, yogis. How are you today? It's a beautiful day. We're going to try to practice outside. It seems pretty quiet, so hopefully it stays that way. Go ahead and get your mat and get ready to practice. Get some water, get a block, or some books, or whatever you need to practice with. And we're going to get started in just a minute or two, so get ready. We might have some boat traffic this morning. It's Saturday. If you're on Facebook Live, I posted a playlist if you'd like to listen to music while we practice, but I'm going to do it kind of quiet today. There's a fountain and the birds, so we can start with that. I'm going to start by reading out of one of the many books I read every day. This one really spoke to me, and it's for today, so it's every day I read one, and this one I really resonated with me today, so I'm going to read it for you guys. It says, "We live in the midst of a flood of soulless information." Soulless. No soul. And the more we rely on one-way communication, like radio or TV, or static and unmoving words in print, the more I feel I need to stress the value of the sound of the human voice. The simple but precious interaction of voice and voice, person and person, the exchange of life with life. And so that really spoke to me this morning as every day that continues to go on in this quarantine, I feel like I am getting further and further and further away from my human connections. And so when I read this, the simple but precious interaction of voice and voice, person and person, and the exchange of life with life, and that is the human way. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. Even though I can't interact with you the way maybe we used to, we can do this together. So here we are. So let's get started. Let's come to the top of our mat and come to mountain pose. You can keep your feet together or just a little bit apart. Draw the shoulders back, down and away. Long spine, belly strong. Breath is moving strong in the belly too. Inhale in through the nose, out through the nose. The feet are grounded, all four corners. You're feeling your toes, and you're feeling your heels, and you're feeling all the edges of your feet as well. So let's stand here as the mountain stands. The mountain stands through every season, through every storm, always remaining constant and the same, unwavering, unmoving. And so let's stand here as the mountain in the beginning of our practice, knowing who we are. Big inhales and big exhales. Perhaps coming to gratitude right from the beginning of practice today. So maybe just stand for a few moments, collecting your breath, letting your mind soften, and just starting to practice a little bit of gratitude. So every morning I pick a card also, and this morning's card says, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive. To breathe, to think, to enjoy, and to love." What a precious privilege it is to be alive. So let's practice some sun salutations to begin our day. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, fold to the earth. Inhale, lengthen, look out. Walk, step, jump, or float back to plank. Either take the vinyasa or just press back to downward facing dog. The vinyasa can be done on the knees. It can come all the way to the earth or hover halfway. Upward facing dog or cobra. We exhale back. Downward facing dog. Finding in down dog, the feet are hip distance apart. The toes are gently pointed toward one another. The heels press back. They don't necessarily have to touch. The spine is long. The head hangs heavy like a ripe piece of fruit. Eye gaze up at the navel, press the weight out of the hands and into the feet, and come to the breath. Look to your hands, come to your toes, walk, step, jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway out. Exhale and fold. And then inhale, rise again with a back bend. It's good to be alive today. Yes, it is. Inhale again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Vinyasa or down dog. And breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Big, long breaths. If you'd like to move around a little bit in your down dog and you want to walk it out a little bit, go ahead and do that. Walk, step, jump to the top. Lengthen, inhale out. Exhale, melt and fold. Inhale, rise again. Back bend. Heart center. Beautiful. Do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen. Vinyasa. Up dog or cobra. And exhale back. Downward facing dog, breathe. Go ahead and walk out your dog a little bit here if you're not already moving in that. Maybe take both heels to one side and then the other. Breathe. Just starting to wake the body up. Top of your mat. Offer your heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise again. And heart center. Another one together. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Down dog or vinyasa. Remember, you can add those extra push-ups if you're wanting more of a workout. I don't always call them, but you know they're always available to you. This can be as strenuous or as gentle as you like. Yogis, you hold the dial on the intensity of your practice. You hold the dial on the intensity of your emotion. Top of your mat. You hold the dial on the intensity of your thoughts, the intensity of your words, and rise. And heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. It's a lot of power you have. Inhale, lengthen. Vinyasa. A lot of power. Walk, step, jump, top of your mat. Inhale, offer the heart. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise. This time, let's go ahead and take the hands behind the head and fall back into back bend there. Feels good. Tilt it over to the right. Look up to the left. To center, pull back. Over to the left, look to the right. And to the top again. Inhale, reach, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, walk back to plank. Take the knees down or don't, and let's take 5 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Downward facing dog. Right leg reaches to the sky, open up hip on hip. Move that around a little bit, make some space. Roll the leg around, wiggle the toes, open and close the knee. Now we're going to come forward to plank, bring the knee to nose, knee to forehead. Cat stretch the spine, lift it all the way up, 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 and now step the foot gently in between the hands. If it doesn't make it, help it get there. Come up on all 10 fingertips, square everything off, like you're ready to pounce. And now come halfway up, crescent lunge, halfway. Reach out, beautiful. Lots of energy in that leg, squeezing to the center, then reach all the way up. Crescent lunge, high lunge. And let's come to our first balancing posture, warrior three. Hands can stay out to the sides, into the front, or into the heart. We just slide the back foot up, find balance first if you need to, and then kick the back leg out. First balance, warrior three. Variation, airplane pose. Try to turn the toes down, hips square, breathe. We're going to float back to the crescent lunge. You can do it. Float back, find the footing, root down, rise up. Yes. Reach forward, hover. Left hand comes down, right hand reaches for the sky. Roll to the outside edge or edges, one or both. And go ahead and take some circles with that right arm. Nice. Let it fall open. Do what you need. And then we come back to that lunge. Step back to plank. Lower down, slow and control. Let's take it on a 5 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale. Downward facing dog, left leg up and open. And move that around. Find some space. Nice. Knee comes into nose, into forehead, shoulders over wrist. Really pull it up and in, feel the whole body working here. And then step the foot gently through the hands. Come up onto all 10 fingertips like you're ready to pounce. And then come halfway up, grounding into the feet. Really nice. All the way up, crescent lunge. Sink down into the front knee, open up the chest and heart. Breathe. Warrior three variation of your choice. Float or find balance first. Breathe. Yogis, we're going to float back to crescent lunge. Nice and gentle. We find balance and strength and our breath, and that's our yoga. Right hand comes forward, inside the left foot, lunge twist. Breathe, make some space. We come back to lunge, set it up, step back to plank. Moving on now, right hand moves to center. Take the right knee down if you like. If not, we're gonna roll open side plank. First one, Vashisthasana, nice and easy. Either stack or scissor your feet. Don't need to lift anything up just yet. If you want to, you can now. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep looking towards the sky and pressing the floor away. Back to center plank, press back, downward facing dog, reset. Come forward for Vinyasa before we do the left side, or don't. Come forward, plank again, left hand moves to center, open up side plank, left side. Keep pressing the floor away, keep looking up, breathe. Whole body's engaged here. Coming back down to plank, press back, downward facing dog. Reset. Option to roll through 5 vinyasas, option to take push-ups, option to take inversion, or option to just take a seat and take a rest. So yogi's choice, whatever you need right now, or whatever you want. Remember, you're holding that dial of intensity, and whatever it is you like, go ahead and take. I'm gonna roll some vinyasas. Some of you are going upside down. Some of you are taking a break. And that's all good. So if you're upside down, take a few more breaths. Gently and slowly come out of that. Meet me in downward facing dog. Right leg reaches for the sky. Step through like we did before, low lunge. This time rise up all the way, crescent high lunge. Beautiful. Sink down into that. We're going to stand on our right leg because we're already forward, right? Bring our left knee to chest. So just in one motion, just like that. Just like that. Good job. We're going to step back to crescent again, just like that. Nice. We're going to come forward again, second time. And back. And third time, tree pose. Heart center. Arms can float. Any variation you like. Take. We're in tree on the left side. Breathe. You stand until you can't anymore. We finish with knee to chest. Stepping back to crescent lunge again. So, knee to chest. Step back, crescent high lunge. Now stay here, drop to the knee or tap the knee 3 times, working into squats. 1, 2, 3. Reach forward, back where you started, touch down, step back. Vinyasa or push-ups. Meet me in downward facing dog. Left leg reaches. Step through low lunge. Organize, rise, crescent high lunge. Lots of energy. Press through the back heel, sink into the front knee. Reach, breathe. Hands to heart center, right knee to chest. 1 fluid motion. Beautiful. Step back, crescent lunge. With control and balance and strength and your breath, come back, knee to chest. 2. Step back. Beautiful, yogis. What control. Third time, bring it up. Tree pose. Right side. Yogi's choice of the arms. Breathe. Standing balance. The left leg is really fired up. Now we bring the knee back to chest. Gently back to crescent high lunge. With control. Reach. And tap 3, or just take a knee for 1, 2, 3. Where you came from, step back. Vinyasa. Down dog or child's pose. Rest when you need a rest, yogis. So maybe this is a place for you to drop your knees and come down to child's pose to rest. Or maybe this is a place where you want something else in your practice and you take that. So we're all at a different place in our practice. We're all at a different place physically, emotionally, but we can meet here together as one community, practicing together, making all the modifications we need. Meeting me back in downward facing dog when you're ready, right leg floating to the sky. Step through. This time, we're going to spin the back heel down. So just like crescent lunge, except this time the back foot touches. Come halfway up like we did before, finding stability in the core and the legs. And then rise all the way up. This is warrior one. Beautiful. Cactus your arms. Reach behind you, open up the chest and the heart, and let the chin open, chest open. Sink into front knee lunge. Turn the hips and shoulders square. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Variation of the arms behind you. You can either have them touching, or energetically reaching, or elbows, or reverse namaste. Any way you want. We're going to lean forward, lift up the chin and the chest, and then we're going to float warrior three again, variation, arms behind. Breathe. Really good. Keep breathing. It's difficult. It's not easy. Lift the arms up to get a shoulder stretch. Really good. So strong. Breathe. We're going to float back. Leave the hands where they are. Warrior one. Humble warrior. Reach up and over. Drop the shoulder onto the knee or go all the way in, trying to touch the head down to the earth. And breathe. We're going to cartwheel open to warrior two. So bring the arms up and over. The hips are open. Warrior two. Beautiful. The birds like warrior two, apparently. Cartwheel the hands down to where you started. Step back to plank. 5 push-ups here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down dog or child's pose. Rest. Take a drink if you need a drink. Wipe down if you need to wipe down. Invert if you need to be upside down. More push-ups. If you want more push-ups, take them. Downward facing dog, we'll meet there. Left leg reaches for the sky. Step it through. Foot between hands, back heel spins down, rise up, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Hips and shoulders square, bend into the front knee. The back edge of the back foot is pressing down. Cactus the arms, reach for something. Open the chest, the heart, and the throat. Breathe. Lean forward, lift the arms up off your back, and float warrior three. Beautiful. Lift the arms up, lift the leg up, breathe. Standing leg is strong, floating leg is strong. Breath is strong. Belly's pulled up and in. Breathe, breathe, breathe. When it gets tough, breathe. We're going to float back, warrior one, keep the arms where they are. Humble warrior. You can come shoulder to knee, or come all the way in for this. Moving towards warrior two, split open the arms, rise up, open hips and shoulders, square. Look over your front hand, sink into front knee, keep it bent. Warrior two. Really good. Cartwheel the hands down, step back to plank, hold plank. Second side Vashisthasana, side plank. Right hand moves to center, yogi's choice here. So maybe you want to take this as a tree side plank, or maybe you want to reach the hand for the foot. So yogi's choice means you do whatever you like. You can also put a knee down and make this a little bit less. You can flip open wild thing. Do what the body wants. The body knows what it wants. You just have to listen. Let's come back to plank, back to down dog. Wait here, take vinyasa. Come to plank again, left side plank. Remember, option to take down the knee. Option to lift the leg. You can take a bind. Anything that feels good here. plank again. Down dog or child's pose for rest or work. Gotta work. Gotta work. My quarantine food is delicious, but I have to work it off. Downward facing dog, right leg reaches for the sky. Step through warrior two. We were just here. You already know how to get there. Step through, open up, cartwheel the hands. Shoulders and hips are square. This time straighten out the front leg. Lift up out of the torso, reach away. Legs are straight. If it's too wide, heel toe the back foot and maybe a footprint. And lift that top arm up like an L. Hold right there or reach out further and back. Nice. Exalt, reach and stretch up and away. You can float the back hand. Triangle again. Maybe use a block or your bottle or some textbooks. Finding triangle pose. Beautiful. Or float it again, working on the core. Why not, right? We're here. May as well. Breathe. And then exalt. Third time, yogi's choice, either a third triangle, right where you were, or half moon, tipping the triangle over, lifting up the top leg, opening the chest and the heart. Hand can stay on hip, hand can reach to sky, you can catch the bind. Breathe wherever you are. Hi. It's good to see you guys. We're going to finish in warrior two where you started. So step back with control. Warrior two. Hands to your hips. Turn your right toes in. Bring the hands behind. Let everything fall open. Back bend. And then forward fold. All the way down halfway. And then all the way down. All the way. Hands can either stay behind you or it can come in front of you. Option to take some side lunges, maybe coming all the way into Skandasana on both sides. Option to invert here. So whatever feels good. Maybe you want to take some plank push-ups, wide plank push-ups. Maybe you just want to fold in, bend the knees, walk the hands. So again, find some space here that makes sense for your body. It might be working space, it might be resting space, it might be stretching space. Find what you need. Hands come to your hips, come halfway up. All the way up. Warrior two, where you started. Cartwheel down. Kick the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Let's take a three-limb vinyasa for power, if you can. If not, it's four. If not, it's none. Come forward. Up dog or cobra. Exhale back. Downward facing dog, left leg reaches. Step through warrior two, you know where to go. Straighten out the front leg. Lift up, reach out. Both hands reach. You need to step the back foot in closer, do that. It's very busy out here this morning. And let's exalt. Robin, do you hear that? And triangle a second time. Maybe put your hand on a block if you want. thinking about this outside hip opening. Beautiful. Let's exalt. Side body stretch and open. Ah, feels so good. Third triangle or half moon. Tip it over. And whatever you did on side one, do it again on side two. Finding that bind if you like, or maybe floating the hand on the bottom. Keep breathing. If you're in the triangle, stay with it. We're coming to warrior two to finish. So we'll meet there. When you get there, do it slowly and gracefully. Beautiful. Cartwheel the hands down. Kick the left leg to the sky. Either 4 or 3 limb vinyasa for strength and power. Child's pose, rest. Do some more push-ups. Take an inversion. Do whatever it is you need right now for your body. Take 3 to 5 breaths to do that. Meet me back in downward facing dog at the back of your mat. Let's take a vinyasa together as a community. Come forward, lower down, inhale up, and exhale back. Right leg reaches for the sky. Step through warrior one. We've been here before, facing forward. Beautiful. The right hand stays up, the left hand comes down. Sink in. We're going to catch the foot in our hand and stand at the top of our mat. Watch if you need to first. Knee to knee. Right there. Got that? Yeah? Step back, warrior one, with control. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Knee to knee, with control. Top of your mat. Step back with control, warrior one. Knee to knee. Option for dancer pose. Kicking up, back, and out. You can hold on if you need to. Try to keep the knee tucked in and the foot coming up over the head. Breathe. Finish as warrior one, and when you're ready, don't rush to get there. Don't rush. Don't rush your dancer pose. Don't rush your breath. We'll meet in warrior one. Ready? Hands to your hips, straighten out your front leg, step your back foot in. Parsvottanasana, head to knee, come halfway down, flat back. Come all the way down to either block, this might be enough for you, or all the way to the floor. Chest to thigh, nose to knee, head to knee pose. If you need to, or you want to, you can come up on the back tiptoe. You can also come up on the front heel and pull in a little further. If splits are in your practice, you can take a split now. Or stay here in the head to knee pose. We are going to take that back heel down to touch. If you have a block or a book, put it inside your right foot, left hand down, either on the block, across the foot, inside the foot, or on top of the foot. For twisted triangle, taking the right hand, I'm going to take it back, right hand to your hip. This might be enough, and if it's not, reach the hand up, and if it is, keep the hand down. Twisted triangle, beautiful. back to head to knee pose. Either stay here in head to knee, or take revolved half moon or another twisted triangle. So another twisted triangle would be here. Revolving half moon would be tipping over your twisted triangle. You can also bind this. Any variation you have here is yours to take. We're all going to meet at the top of our mat in mountain pose, so however you like to get there, get there. Maybe it's a forward fold. Maybe you're just going to step forward and stand. Whatever it is, that's where we're going. And then all the way up to mountain pose where we started our practice. Beautiful. Let's come back to our breath. Maybe one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, feeling your heart beating, feeling your belly rise and fall. Beautiful. Settling back down, the breath, the respiration, the thoughts, if they're coming, just let them come and go out like the clouds move in the sky. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, offer. Walk, step, jump, or float. Lower down, slow on a 5 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, up dog or cobra. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Left leg up, steps through, warrior 1. Back heel spins. We rise. Sinking into front knee leg, pressing through outside edge of back foot. Hips, shoulders square. Warrior 1. Left hand stays up, right hand comes down. Stand on the left leg, catch the right foot, knee to knee. There it is. Quad stretch. Beautiful. Balance. Breath. Step back with control. Warrior 1. With control, with control, with control. There it is. Come up again, knee to knee. Quad stretch. This is beautiful. With control, warrior 1. Third time, bring it up. Stay here. Or dancer pose. Whoops. Stay as long as you'd like, as long as you can. And then float back, warrior 1. Whoops. Straighten out the front leg, hands to your hips, step it closer. Head to knee pose, come halfway first. Turn the hips all the way down. To a block or the earth. You can take full splits here if you like. You can come up on the back tiptoe if you like. So intensify this opening in the left side body. Release the back heel down, step it closer if you need to. The right hand comes to a block or the earth, inside, outside, or on top of the left foot. Twist to the left, hand to hip, twisted triangle. Hand can reach to sky, you choose. Or stay right here. And we open. Beautiful. The twist comes from the mid, spine, thoracic. We can look up or we can look down. Squeezing the thighs together energetically. Twisting to midline. Both hands come down, head to knee again. Option to stay here, option to take a second revolved triangle, or we come forward for half moon, revolved. I might have done 2 of those twisted triangles. If I did do another one, I can't remember. If I was in class, you would tell me. So whatever you did on side 1, do it again. We meet top of our mat mountain pose when you're ready. Take a back bend here. Feet together, knees together, thighs together. One big leg for chair pose. Sit down and become the chair. Become the chair. Beautiful. Little lower. Come up on your tiptoes. Reach your hands behind you like you're downhill skiing. Come up a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Stay here, forward fold or crow, yogi's choice. We're going to meet back in chair pose. So whatever you're taking, take, whatever that might be for you, and then you're going to come back to chair. Beautiful. Stand tall. Inhale, up. Back bend again of your choice. Maybe take a full drop back. Hands come out in front. Up on the tiptoes again. Squeeze to midline. Drop in. Sweep back. Hover. Higher, 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 higher. Forward fold vinyasa, crow jump back vinyasa. Meet me in down dog. Your way. From down dog, we're going to jump through to seated. Feet out in front of you, seated forward fold. Paschimottanasana. Sit up tall. Move some flesh out. And then go ahead and reach. Seated forward fold. We're going to reverse this out, reverse plank, reverse tabletop. I'm going to choose reverse tabletop today. If you do reverse plank, the hands come behind you, fingertips facing forward, feet are straight, legs are straight, reverse tabletop. Knees are bent, feet are hip distance apart. We press up and let everything open and fall back. It's also a really nice shoulder stretch. We're actually going to be coming here for abs in a moment. So after this first tabletop, have a seat and find boat pose. Boat can be right here, holding on behind the legs. Boat can be all the way up. Boat can be hovering all the way up. Breathe. So hold or not. Option for canoe halfway, Ardha Navasana. An option to hold on here. And then we're going to pull this in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boat pose again. Hold or not for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Feet down, hands. Another tabletop. Now, yogis, listen up. This is not easy, and we're only going to do 5, okay? We're going to slide through. Keep your heels down. Hold your body up. 1. Press back. Got it? Pull through. 2. Press. Pull 3. Hold the body up. Come on, 2 more. You got this. Pull through. Oop, my boot touched. Try not to touch the booty of the floor. Last time. Boat pose, last one. Wow. That was a lot. Hug it in. Reclining pigeon. We can do this seated or laying down. Lately I've been doing it seated and I really like it. So, figure 4 over the leg. Left knee is bent, right foot is over the knee. Hands come behind you. Scoot yourself as close as you can. And now press with your hands, chest comes close to the leg. That's a lot in my hip. If you don't like this one, you can do reclining pigeon, which is laying down, legs are exactly the same, and we thread through, lay the head back, and pull it through using the elbow to open out the knee this way. Again, that's a preference, and if you don't like either one of those and you want traditional pigeon, that's here. Sleeping pigeon is right here. So yogi's choice on the pigeon, and this is the hip opener. And so settle into wherever you are, breathe, maybe close your eyes. And yogis, wherever you are right now, I want you to come back to seated and find boat pose your way again, okay? So back to seated, another boat. If you vinyasa in between, you can do that too. Hold or not, canoe again for 10. This time maybe a little faster. 1, 2, 3 or not, 4, 5, 6, come on, you got this. 7, we're almost there. 8, 9, 10, boat again. They're getting harder to hold. Breathe. Feet down. I'm going to turn to the side for this one. We're doing 5 more of those. Lift it up. Table, right? Now shoot it through for 1. Don't touch the floor with your bottom. 2. 3, 2 more, 4, 5, boat again. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hug it in. Oh, hug it in. Left side pigeon, and we're almost finished. So, seated, reclining, or sleeping, yogi's choice. So take whatever it is you take in this posture. Breathe. When we come out of the pigeon, it's seated bound angle. The feet touch together, the knees are apart. Yet another hip opener. Just for a moment or two, a couple breaths. Forward fold. Finishing postures. One out of this, give yourselves a hug in, egg pose. Finishing postures, back bending. You must do a back bend or 2. Either bridge or wheel, maybe even 3 of those. You can do plow and shoulder stand. You can do fish pose. You can take some spinal twists. You can practice any more inversions or arm balances. I didn't do too many this class, so maybe you want to practice some of that. Maybe you have another pose that you're working on, but you do need to do your inversions and your back bends if you have those in your practice. So go ahead and get with that. I'm going to do reclining, I'm going to do a supported bridge actually today, and maybe legs up the wall instead of plow and shoulder stand. So take whatever it is that you take, and I'm going to take what I feel like I need today, and every day it's different, and that's why we love this practice, because it's not the same every day. Back bend of your choice, make sure you breathe through that.
you don't want to take any of that, just go ahead and start your ending of your practice, which is Shavasana. So get ahead and get really comfortable on your mat, either laying on your back or your side. Don't skip this part. It actually is the best part of practice. So don't skip it. If you're wanting more ab work, go ahead and take that. If you need more push-ups, those are there too. Spinal twists.
So yogis, finish up, take your final postures, whatever those might be in your practice, and then come to a place of rest. So that is either on your back or on your right or left side. Let your breathing slow down to its normal rhythm. Try to let your eyelids just gently drape across your eyes, close them gently, get really quiet in yourself. Quiet with your breath. So quiet you can actually hear your heart beating. You can listen to the wind blowing here. And so our yoga practice is a connection. That's what it is. It literally means connection, yoga. And it's connecting the body to the breath, to mindfulness, but it's also connecting you to yourself, connecting you to your yoga community, connecting you to the universe, connecting you to humanity. And so it's much more than just a few postures on a yoga mat. It's not about the push-ups, the chaturangas, it's not about how good your butt looks at the end or your abs. It's really not. It's really about the connection. So go ahead and make that connection right now to yourself and to the whole world. Finding your breath. Continue to breathe slowly, deeply. So today I will read from my other book that I love to read from. Today says there's magic in the unknown. Sometimes we're out of ideas. We think and think, but nothing comes. We don't know what's next. And we certainly are feeling like that right now in our lives. Feels like we're at a dead end, but we're not. That void, that dreaded blank spot is really a glorious, magical place. And so, wow, this is so true, right? So here we are in this spot in our lives where everything stopped and it's unknown. And so that dreaded blank spot is really a glorious, magical place. Sometimes we have to run out of our ideas before we can open up to any new ones. The reason we can't see any further is because our ideas are limited by the past, by past experiences, but where life has been like before. But our future does not have to be limited to our past. Life knows that. Now we can learn it too. We're not at a dead end. We've reached a new beginning. Now is a time of magic. Let the universe take your hand and show you things you've never seen before. Now at last, you're open and vulnerable enough to begin. Celebrate the magic. Celebrate the mystery of the unknown. Celebrate the miracles that will certainly come. Yogis, let's celebrate the miracles that are going to come from this time of pause that we're taking. Thank you so much for coming to practice this morning. I'm here every morning at 10. Feel free to share these videos. Feel free to save them, do them whenever you need to. I miss you. I can't wait till we can hug. Namaste. Have a great day.